Hi everybody, Nancy here. Today I'm going to give you some tips on using the index function in Zoom Notes. Now I'm going to be upfront with you. It wasn't until last week that I even considered the index because it's always just been an annoyance for me because I would accidentally hit it and create a bunch of links. But let me just tell you what's cool about it is that I also thought about naming this how to create 1,200 links in less than a second, because that's literally what it will do. If you've got 1,100 or 1,200 pages of in a document that you have no way of getting to the other pages, then all you have to do is click on the index page, create page index, and bam, you got it. So let me just show you what caused me to use it or to start looking at it. Last week I was in a conference, and this is actually a PDF grid that I created for that class of all the instructors that were in the class and their contact information. So I could zoom in here and click on one and go to their website real quick. But once I got it here, I got to thinking, well, heck, I want to go ahead and have the full document as opposed to just this page. To me, this page was kind of like an index or a table of contents of what's behind it. So I went ahead, when I imported it, I went ahead and imported it as a regular PDF. So when I scroll through the pages, they're normal pages. But I also included the PDF grid so that I would have, this is the table of contents. And it's like, well, okay, now what do I do? How do I get from page 7 to page 7 using this, if I've got this as my first page? And then I remembered using the index, or I thought about, I wonder if, and the reason it can be annoying is that if you accidentally hit that button, you end up with a bunch of links that you did not intend to create. So if I just click on it right now, create page index, see it creates a whole big list of the page numbers, which is cool, but not if you don't want it. And I'd never wanted it before. So I got that and I thought, okay, well, that's interesting. And, so now it literally creates the link plus the page number, so I can just tap on one of them and go to that page 14. It automatically jumps to it. Love that. So basically what I've done, undo link, is created tabs where there were no tabs. So this is a quick way to create tabs in your document. Never thought of that. Now, it also noticed that it starts with the word page. Well, I didn't care about it starting with the word page. I don't need to see page over and over and over. So I can take advantage of that, of the search and replace. So if I search on the word page and I click on replace and I don't put anything in the replace with, I just want to replace it with nothing. So I go ahead and click on search and replace all. So now I've just got the numbers. The links are still there. I just don't have the word page. Cool. That works great. However, even better still, this week Ed added a table function. If I create a table on top of this pages grid thing going on here, if I do this and I say there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 columns and 3 rows. So I draw a table that's over on top of that. And I do, let's see, 3 rows and 7 columns. Then draw a table on top of this and I do the same exact thing, create, go back to the selection menu. I've got the table selected, and I do index, create page index. Bam. That puts, well, that's interesting. It did, okay, so apparently there's, see page 22 and 23, there's more pages than I pulled into this PDF. I must have deleted those pages after the fact. But what I've just done is put the, so I need to get rid of that, sorry. I'm trying to tap on that, delete that. And see, all I'm doing there is deleting the link. Okay, so now I've got the pages that I want to be able to link to with the words page 1, page 2, page 3. Now, for some reason, that's not as offensive. Now, I could select it and move the whole chunk. If I select all of those and just shift it down, select all, and shift them. No, Nancy. Well, it keeps selecting. Let me, this is why you can go to the filter. No. And just filter. I want links and text, and links. I don't have any images. Now, if I select it, you know, it just takes me a minute to figure these things out. And I can shift that whole chunk down to where it's not covering up the pictures of the pages. So I could do that. And again, I could go ahead and do the search and replace to get just the numbers. That would work too. So now if I go to my tool and I can click on the link, and it'll automatically jump to the page with all the information about each person. Love that. Now, another reason why that is so awesome, once I started using the index, I thought, ooh, potential here. You remember I did another video on how to create links to every 20th page in my Bible document for the date, so that I could read my Bible in 90 days. I've selected the Bible, and because it's so many pages, it takes a second for it to be available. That's it right there. And see, I did the same exact thing. If I, right here, if I go ahead and press that accidentally, which I have done many times, create page index, create page, see? And that goes on for days, that list. If I shrink, because there's so many of them. Now I just shifted it. Shouldn't have done that. Anyway, so you get that. That's what I've done most of and made a mess. So I'm going to undo that and undo that. Get rid of that. And zoom in again. So what I did was with the text that I added to the page to show, okay, this is where I start and stop reading in order to read the full 90 days. That, like I said, it's a different video. But when I got to thinking about how to use this, instead of using the page number, I could use the create text heading index. And so then I thought, well, what I can do is go ahead and go back and change each one of those dates, the heading, into a header. You know, the date into a header. Sorry, I lost focus there for a minute. So that's what I did, and that's why I have all these dates over on the right side. You know, when it pulls it in, over on the left, and you've got to select a chunk and move it over, and select a chunk and move it over. It results in this ugly mess over here on the right. And let me just show you what I'm talking about as far as the heading is concerned. Whenever you enter text on any page anywhere, you can identify it as a heading. See, if you go to Customize, Is Heading, toggle that on, and now you've got a place for it to link to when you create an index. So I went back, and all the dates that I had entered, I made into headers. So now when I click on one of them, it will take me to the day that's got the 7/4, like July 4th. This is what I need to be reading. If I click on another one, again, I've just created tabs to the pages and the dates that I want to read this stuff. Very cool. However, what a mess this is, you know. So now we have the table that you can do the same exact thing that I did on the other one. And if I go to page 1, I did it. I've already created it, so I don't need to, not that one. All right, see, I created a table and pulled those dates in just like I had before. And they're so much neater over on the right. Now, the reason they're not showing up on every page is that I haven't locked this up yet. It is on a master. I created the table on a master. So now if I change to a different, go to here and lock up that master layer, now it'll show up on every page. All pretty and neat. However, well, there you go. It's right in the middle of that page, which is not a good thing. But see, there it is. That particular page is I added in the middle of the Bible, and that could be a problem, but that's okay. I can just select this one particular page and move that over. But see, now that it's perfect, and I can, again, they're all links, so I can just tap on any page and jump straight to where I need to be reading on that day. Love it. Perfect. So using it with the new PDF files, grids, and using it with pre-existing documents. And again, you know, he has made it available so when we do this, we want to share, we can now share it as a PDF grid somewhere. I see I've got it selected as an image, but I don't want it as an image. I want to not go to the photo. I want to do a iCloud and PDF. See, that it wasn't before because it didn't give me the option before because I was sending it to my images folder. So I've changed it to go to my iCloud, and that gave me the option to create a PDF. And see, I can also include the PDF grid pages. Okay. That's something new. But, okay, so I think that's enough. I think you're getting what I wanted to show you. Okay? Anyway, y'all have a great day here. Bye.